Hello, my friend. Oh my god, that was weird. Why did I do that? I don't know. But this table feels really far. But that's probably because I want to slouch, so I need to sit up. What the fuck going on? Like, seriously, what the fuck going on? Just got off work, obviously. Same shit all the time. I'm always just getting off work. I always just like decide I'm gonna do a podcast, and then I just sit down, see what the fuck happens. But this podcast here today is gonna be a little different, because we're gonna have a little heart to heart with each other here. Okay. Now, sometimes there is times I'm feeling like I'm excelling, where I'm like, okay, I'm doing better than I normally am. I'm doing alright. It doesn't even have to be like monetarily. Like, I don't have to have more money than I normally do. I just feel better, or I'm this way or that way. And you live on that high for a while, right? But then there's always that low. It always comes back at some point. And I'm not saying like it's a bad thing, and I don't know why I always do this. It's a bad thing and life sucks, but it's just like it's kind of rough sometimes. It is kind of rough sometimes. It's been quite the week. It's not like it's not been like a different week than any other week. Like, that's what's crazy about this thing. It's kind of wild. Like that, I told you guys I drank that whole bottle, which was dumb. But, bruh, like, my ego's just been different. I feel different. I feel like a different person. It's kind of weird. Like, I swear to God, I was reborn from alcohol, and it doesn't make any sense. Because, like, a lot of the things then, like, it's not even that I'm, like, not happy, because I'm laughing, I'm having a good time. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. I just don't feel... Maybe it's just I've always had this strong ego, and now that the ego is not there to protect me, I just have to be me. Like, it's not that I was ever trying to hide myself, but like the ego tries to protect your identity. That's what it is. So if you have an idea or something, like an idea or a concept in your brain, or just like something you believe, then if somebody challenges you on that idea, it's almost as if the ego treats it as if you're challenging yourself. Wait, that didn't make any sense. I have no nicotine in, and I'm a little fainty, so you gotta give me a second. I thought I was doing really well, but apparently now I'm just addicted to Zins, so there's that. And they were fucking fire, and now I have a whole new battle to battle. This is what I'm saying, man. The fucking nicotine's hard. It's always gonna get you. Doesn't matter if it's a cigar, a fucking... You just have to go cold turkey, and that shit hurts. It sucks. But what the fuck were we talking about? We were talking about how when you talk and your ideas are challenged, it's as if you're being challenged yourself, and then you get defensive and aggressive or emotional, and then you can't look at the situation through a rational lens. You know what I'm saying? You can't be in a spot where you're coming at this situation from the most logical point of view, I should say, because if you're not looking at it objectively, like if you're looking at it through your own set of glasses, like we get our own set of glasses. I heard a bird. We get our own set of glasses when we're a kid, right? It's like our eyes, and we experience the world, and that's just what we see. And if we don't gain anybody else's perspective, that's all we've got, right? It's just me and nothing else. So essentially, we're all little narcissists because that's all we can care about. That's why babies cry and shit themselves and do all this stuff. Wake their parents up in the dead of night because they can't care about anything else. They got to care about their survival, because that's another human body. And in its infant stage, it has to be able to care about survival and living on, because if it doesn't, what the fuck was the point of all that energy and effort to get that baby out there? It just doesn't make any sense. So, eventually, we start to grow up, and we start to worry about other people and other things, and I feel like some people are late to the game. Like, I feel like I was late to the game. It's not that I didn't care about anybody. It's just I had this superhuman view of myself, I think. And maybe that's a good thing that it's gone, because now that I say that out loud, it's kind of fucked up. Like, I saw myself as this superhuman. I'm like, I can't be stopped. Nothing can stop me. But the truth is, I could stop myself. Everybody can. And it's kind of scary. You could stop your own growth and development, bruh. Like, if I just keep drinking, that's why I'm not drinking. I haven't drank since Monday, which sounds like, oh, Jesus, he drank on a Monday and he hasn't drank since then? What the hell's this guy on? No, I usually, like, I used to drink like a motherfucker. Like, I used to be borderline alcoholic, to be honest. Probably alcoholic, like, not addicted necessarily, but I would just overindulge and it was fun, so I just go crazy. I don't feel like I've ever needed it, like, to the point where I would seek it out like nicotine. Like, I'll do some crazy shit for nicotine. It's kind of wild. Like, I'll go fucking dig up some tobacco out of a Dutch pack and fucking break it up just like a goddamn little bit of weed. Then you stuff it in the pipe and you smoking tobacco out of a pipe like a classy motherfucker. Like, and it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice, especially when you're like just fiending. Like, if you don't do nicotine, you understand what I'm saying, but you also don't understand what I'm saying, because not a lot of people use tobacco. But tobacco's not bad. It's just a plant like everything else. It's like fucking celery. I mean, celery is a bad example because celery's not very great, but watermelon? Is that right? Wait, that's stereotypical as fuck to say, god damn it. How about some peanuts? Peanuts? Where do peanuts grow? We're about to look this up. Hey Siri, where do peanuts grow? Hey Siri, show me a peanut plant. That's what I wanted to see. Let's see what we got, ladies and gentlemen. Open this the fuck up. They grow underground? What? I didn't know that. This is crazy. You guys are learning with me. This is wild. Look at this shit. Where am I going? I was going to show the fucking computer. I'm an idiot. Look at this shit. What the fuck was I doing showing the computer? Isn't that crazy? It's like, you guys can't really see it, but you get the gist. It's like potatoes or something. Potatoes grow underground. That's kind of crazy, man. I didn't know that. That's crazy as hell. So wait, what were we relating that to? Oh yeah. That's what tobacco's like. It's like peanuts. Not everybody can eat them. Some people might die. But it's good stuff. Muy bueno. Very nice. Especially if you get a nice tobacco. You get a nice cigarette, or you get some nice nicotine pouches, man. It's not even really the tobacco's kind of nice, but see, I feel like these substances help regulate me, like nicotine. It helps, like, just stimulate my brain in the right way. And then paradoxically, I know it's hurting my body, so I'm like, I need to stop this shit. But like, what do I do? I'm trying to strike a balance in where I'm not fucking abusing it, but I'm not not using it completely. But like, some things, like, we fuck ourselves up bad, man. Like, how the fuck? That's what I've been trying to figure out lately. Like, how the hell do we, like, figure our brains out? There's no fucking manual for this shit. You're just thrown in here like, goddamn. there's a mess in here. And then you just got to sit there and sort it out. And it's really hard. And it feels terrible sometimes, actually. I don't know why I laughed at that. It does feel terrible sometimes. But, I don't know. You got to do it. It's the only really successful way to do things. Because if you don't work on yourself and fucking work through the mess in your mind, as David Goggins puts it, clean out your garage, then all you're doing is fucking just stuffing more bullshit in that garage throughout your entire life. And then by the time your life's over, everything's fucking piled up on the front lawn. You look like shit. Everything just went terribly. And that's why you gotta clean out your fucking garage so that you could fit your cars in there and fit some bikes in there. And maybe you got some kids' toys you need to fit in there. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people don't do that. And I was listening to a podcast with Joe Rogan and Ari Shaffir while I was at work. Today I only listened to about half, and I'll probably turn it on after this podcast, to be honest, because it was a good one. But they were talking about how some people stop learning after a certain age. And I 100% agree with this shit. Like, people stop learning. And a lot of people do it after high school, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you're gathering life experiences, so you're learning something. But like, I'll use a factory job for example, because that's where I work. The people I know that have worked there for 40 years are miserable. They do not like it. Their bodies have had multiple surgeries. Their brains are fucked up. Most of them are alcoholics. Most of them use substances. Most of them do something. They do something because that place fucks you up. It's stressful. There's a lot of fucking bullshit that goes on. Your body is in a constant state of pain because you're bending your hands to weld and like picking up metal and all this other shit. You need something there. And just relaxing and sleeping, that's not enough because your body's going to be sore as fuck. No matter how used to it you are, your body's still going to get sore. It's still going to get sore. But what was my example going to though? That's the real question. I remember. So these people, they're learning through this job, right? But and they're learning through life experiences outside the job. This motherfucker. Is he mowing our grass right now? I don't know if you guys can hear that shit, but hold up. Mucho mejor. Okay, so these people stop learning at a certain point in their lives. And by stop learning, I think, okay, so okay, enough. So what I think is that there's book knowledge and then there's street knowledge. And I'm not talking about shooting motherfuckers and all this other shit. I think street knowledge is this life knowledge. Shit you accumulate throughout life, experiences. And you use these experiences to help yourself get through life with the knowledge from the books. You know what I'm saying? So, you go and learn out street knowledge. You go and learn how to file taxes, all this other shit. You go learn life skills. Like actual life shit that school is never going to teach you because their system's fucked up. But you fucking go and teach yourself all this shit. And then, once you know how to do all this shit throughout life, well, simultaneously you should be doing this actually, because you can't just stop experiencing things, and you shouldn't just stop learning either. But simultaneously you could be reading books and listening to podcasts and listening to audiobooks and just gathering as much information as possible because that's what's going to help you get through your own head and get through life, because you gotta not only have these have a vast amount of experience to be able to accurately plan and accurately plan and assess a situation, a certain one, like whatever you may be in, but you also have to have knowledge to think clearly and rationally about what you're going to do and what's a logical decision in that certain situation. And that requires self-introspection, where you've got to look at your thoughts and be like, why am I thinking this way? Is it a good way to think? Is it a bad way to think? Is it just reflexive like circuits that I just never got turned on and never turned off? Because when you're young, I got a side tangent, so hopefully I remember what the hell we were just talking about. But when you're young, you are getting imprinted on from the time you were a baby, like in the womb. It's insane. You can hear things, you feel stress, you feel all of it. You feel all of it. And from that moment on, you are being programmed to live in a certain life. And it's not until if you want to be realistic, when the prefrontal cortex finished developing, then it's going to be 25 for women and 30 for men, when you finally have the ability to actually make your own decisions and shit. So basically, you're just fucking boom, 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 bouncing through life. You don't know what the fuck's going on, because your brain's just been imprinted on since you were a baby. You don't, and I'm gonna have to ask Chance this question, but I wonder if that's what free will is breaking away from the animalistic brain. But should we text him and see if he responds? We might as fucking well. We might as well see if Cheese responds. Cheese. Do you think breaking away from the animalistic nature is free will? I'm texting you while podding. We'll see if he responds. He's at work still, so if he doesn't respond, we can't give him too much shit for it, but I'll definitely be giving him some shit for it. For no reason. But so that's probably what free will is. You have to break away from, I remember what we were talking about too. This is baller. So you have to break away from those animalistic tendencies. And I think that's what self-introspection helps you to do. You have to look at your thoughts, be like, why am I thinking this way? Is there a rational reason? Am I just doing it because it's habit? Am I just doing it because I like to do it? Even if that's the only reason, I like this, I don't like this, just be honest with yourself. Because you should know why certain thoughts keep coming up in your brain, why you keep doing certain things. And then you gotta have discipline. And discipline's a tricky motherfucker, because I wonder all the time, man, am I building discipline? Am I losing it? I was thinking this at work today. I wish I had a digital counter right here, and it shows me the level of discipline I have in my body, right? And I could see when it's going up and down, just like my heart rate or whatever else you fucking need it for. What else can you, your BMI, you could check all kinds of shit nowadays, but you can't check your discipline level. And I wish I could check my discipline level, because you never really know. Well, that's a lie, actually. That's probably the discipline level. You do know. Everybody knows when they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, right? Come on now. Your brain may overpower you, and you may feel like shit after, and then make up some excuses for it. Be like, no, I needed to do this because of this, or I went and did this with this person because of that. Nah, you know what the hell you're doing. Or even if you're drunk, I believe you know what you're doing. That's my fucking opinion. Now, I don't know if that's proven by science, to a certain point. Because I've gotten very intoxicated, my friend, in my days. I am off that wagon now. I think I'm off. I might be off officially, to be honest, because I have zero interest in drinking. I swear to fucking God. After that bottle, I have zero interest in it. And I've felt this way before, but this is different. This is like, why? Why do I do this to myself? Because when I woke up the next morning and I went to the bathroom, like, I've been drinking water consistently and a lot lately to keep my body hydrated, keep my brain hydrated, my heart, because water is super important, and you should be drinking at least 4 liters a day, and that means you got to be drinking a half a liter every hour, because that's what I do at least, because I drink my water throughout the day at work, and if I drink half a liter every hour, then in 3 hours it's been 1.5 liters, and then in 6 hours it's been 3 liters, and then in another 3 hours or 2-3 hours it's gonna be 4 liters, and hopefully you reach your daily threshold. And Jesus, sorry about that. Even if you reach 4 liters, if you're sweating throughout the day, if you're peeing a lot, there's a lot of like water, so you should really be drinking water all the time, to be honest. But when you do that, your water comes out clear. It's basically water when it comes out of your body. It's kind of insane. That means your body's filtering everything well and it looks all great. But when I woke up the next morning, my piss was like a dark, rich yellow, and it looked like toxic coming out of my body. But everybody thinks pee is supposed to be yellow. It's not. It's supposed to be clear. You're supposed to have like good filtration. That's what it looks like. It looks like that because you're putting bullshit in there and drinking pop. You need to be drinking fucking water. You're dehydrated. If your piss is not clear, listen to me right now. Listen to me right now. I'll fucking grab you by the neck. Listen. If you are not drinking water and your piss is yellow, you are dehydrated. Sorry for saying that so loud, but it's the truth, man. You feel terrible when you're dehydrated. Like, water's kind of like an upper for me now. It sounds weird, but when I drink it, it makes me feel amazing. I'm like, I'm ready to fucking take out the guy. Let's go. But it just becomes so good after a while. Some water, sponsor me. Water, please sponsor me, water. God, hopefully God sponsors me. That's the creator of water, so hopefully I get sponsored by the man, or the man, woman, myth, legend, whatever the fuck, energy, and hopefully I get sponsored by that. And hopefully this shit can get monetized one day. Because before, I had this idea, I'm like, nah, there's no fucking way we're gonna do this, boy. Ain't no way we're not gonna take this shit. And I still have that in me. It's just, I'm not cocky about it. I was cocky. I think that's what killed. I think that's what died, I mean. I had this cocky arrogance to me that I could just do anything. And it's a toxic trait to have. Because then you think that you're just this hot motherfucker walking around. Like, not necessarily hot in like a physical attractiveness sort of way, but just like, okay, it was just a truck. But it's like a weird kind of feeling. It's like you just think you're the king of the hill and everybody else is on the bottom. It's a bad thing to say it like that. It's a bad way to say it. But, well, it's not a bad way to say it. It's just how it felt. And I've said this before. Like, that mentality I've worked very hard to get rid of. And I think I finally have. And I think probably not permanently. I'm still going to have, like, experiences and times where it fucks up and shit. I'm not perfect. I suck. I'm just kidding. We all suck. We're all losers. I realized that one day. If we're our age, 20 years old, we're losers. We don't have a goddamn thing. We don't have a nice car. I mean, maybe we have one nice car. I mean, but we haven't worked for anything. We haven't gained any experience. We haven't gained any wealth. We haven't gained anything. We just started the game, boy. We're all losers. And I'm not just like, it's not something to feel bad about. Because that means we have a chance to be winners. Because we start out as losers. It's not really a loser. It's just, we don't have anything. It's like starting a video game. My dad described it as that. We're starting a video game. We haven't lost yet, but we're going to lose many times throughout this video game. Just like a normal video game. But you start with nothing, just like a video game, and you progress throughout the story. And you fucking gather things. You gather swords and all this shit, and you gather cool stuff. And then, by the end of the video game, hopefully you've won. But it's not a guarantee. That's why you gotta make sure you're doing everything as right as possible and to your best possible, put in your best possible effort. Just put in all of it. Put in all effort, man. Don't leave any out. If you got skills or talents or anything, just utilize it. Don't suppress any part of your... Well, if you're a terrible person, you got terrible traits. I shouldn't say this, actually. There's a lot of things we got to fix about ourselves. They shouldn't be suppressed. They should be worked on. And then you got things that you're good at. And David Goggins says that the softest shit he's ever heard is to double down on your strengths. And he's got a fucking point. Because you shouldn't be doubling down on your strengths. You're already strong at them. Just keep practicing those. Double down on your weaknesses. Make your weaknesses strong. Make yourself the best possible version of yourself you can be. Why wouldn't you want to do that? I mean, if you got one... Let's say this is one shot. We get one shot at life. If this is it, there's no... I don't believe this, but there's nothing after. And nothing's coming except for just a cold box in the ground. That's fucking overpriced, like $6 million. However much a casket and funeral is. Then why the hell wouldn't you try to live it to the fullest? Why wouldn't you try everything? I mean, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know what's gonna happen. I might be like a 100-year-old dude just still doing a podcast like, hey, whippersnappers, how you guys doing tonight? Thank you for watching my 5 subscribers. It could be like fucking everybody unsubscribes and I get like 2 subscribers watching me and I'm like, well, I'm gonna keep doing it. I still will. I'm gonna keep doing it. Why not, man? I mean, I ain't got nothing better to do if I'm holding shit. It's not hard to do for me. I just like to talk. And I like to, it's like a kind of like a diary of some sort, but it's also like just things I want to teach people and like things that I find interesting. Because like there's a lot of knowledge out there. And like a lot of people talk about this and I 100% agree. The more you learn, and this goes with physical fitness too, but the more you learn in an educational fashion or a physical fitness fashion or a spiritual fashion, any of those fashions, the more you want to fucking go after it. Because the more you realize you don't know. You're like, oh shit. And not just when you learn, but when you work out. It's never enough. Because you're like, okay, I could be better. Look at what I did this month and look at what I've done this month. Holy shit, I could do better. Let's keep going. Why would you want to stop improvement? That doesn't make any fucking sense. And I know people get lazy and they want to take a break and you want to sleep and you get tired and all this bullshit that your brain tells you, and I do the same thing. But listen, we can't do it. We have to fucking discipline ourselves. Because if we don't, we're not going to be able to do anything we want to in this lifetime. The only thing that, it's not the only thing, but it's one of the most important is discipline. The ability to do what you don't want to do like you love it. That's what Mike Tyson says. And on the contrary to that, don't do what you want to do. Like my brain wanted to drink. And I learned my goddamn lesson finally. And I shouldn't have done it. And now I know. I shouldn't do that shit. Sometimes it takes hitting like, even if it's just, I always fucking hear noises, I'm sorry. Even if you just have to hit a temporary rock bottom, you know what I'm saying? Like, not one that lasts a long ass time that makes you feel shitty and stuff, but, well, I mean, it's probably gonna feel shitty. If you're hitting rock bottom, it's gonna feel fucking shitty. And I gotta remember to sit up. My back's starting to hurt. I don't do this very often. I gotta start fixing my posture, but, the fuck was I talking about now? God fucking damn it. I have no goddamn idea. Let's drink water and see if it comes back. If it comes back, it's proof that water is magic, okay? Nope, just water. Nope, just water. God damn it. What else can I talk about? Well, yesterday at work, the power shut off in Forest City. It was kind of crazy because the whole plant was fucking dark as shit. You couldn't see anything because there's no windows, really. The only windows they have in there are these big fans on the wall, and they shut when they turn off. And so all of those turned off because the power got cut off. And then we were just chilling in the dark. I walked over a couple old guys. I'm like, what the hell happened? And Jeff, one of the funny old guys, is like, solar flare. He's awesome, man. But then Dale was talking to me, and then I went and talked shit to a guy named Dylan. I work with some cool guys. That's what I like about factory workers, man. It's like we're all just a group of misfits. We're all just trying to make it through life, make some money, and hopefully be happy. And we all realize we're getting fucked by the government, and that's basically it. We know we're just a group of misfits. We don't fit in a normal society. That's what factory workers are. You can't do what we do at a normal job. You can't fucking show up drunk or do none of that shit, because you can't. You just can't. There's not only that, but a lot of people showing up to those normal jobs aren't experienced in it. They don't have any experience, like waking up drunk as shit still and like, fuck, I gotta go to work. And you go to work, or you fucking, of course you don't drive. I do not condone intoxicated driving. And if you do that, oh my god. Oh my god. Are you serious? I can't believe this shit. Alright, I'm just kidding. What else can we talk about? We could talk about, I'm gonna get some Zins today. It's gonna be nice. What else? I haven't seen really any news. I guess I listened to this chick. She was pretty cool on Theo's podcast, Nikki Glazer. That shit was pretty dope. Theo's awesome, man. Theo's a dope-ass podcaster, dope-ass person. I hope that I could be on his podcast one day. That'd be pretty sick, actually. If he just hit me up randomly one time, like, hey, this is Theo Bone, and I want you on my goddamn podcast. But what? No way. But, obviously, your boy's dreaming, so hopefully we can make these dreams come true. Because if not, then this is just going to be a video diary of my entire life. And it's going to be insane regardless. Imagine having a fucking video diary of your entire life. You just having conversations, your thought process changing in ways you didn't think were going to happen. Then you go back and watch it. Oh my god. I might be preparing myself to be fucking cloned or something. This might be a problem. If I ever start acting normal, then something went very wrong. The government tried to replace your boy with a robot that acts like normal society. And if I ever stop acting like me, and I start acting like a normal fucking person, we got an issue. Right now, we're good. We don't have to worry, because I'm weird. Oh my god, that's crazy. But I seriously might be fucking up here, but we're gonna see what happens, because there's a lot of fucking footage and video and shit of me talking, so people could like take this shit and make fake recordings, all that shit. I mean, and it sounds real as fuck because I've done so many of these now. And we've done so many with Chance, so they could probably do the same thing with his voice. Goddamn. I wonder if he texted. Did he text? Did Chance text? He didn't text. Chance did not text, guys. What did he say? I shouldn't read this. I shouldn't read this yet because we are still doing a podcast. But what else can we talk about? Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. So that's kind of the heart-to-heart I wanted to have. I was just like, I wonder if anybody else kind of feels this way to where. The fuck was that noise? Hear all these random noises, but like, sometimes you feel like you're progressing. Sometimes you're doing well. And other times you're like, God damn, I keep fucking up. Why do I keep fucking up? Or you fucking attribute it to bad luck. A lot of people like to do that. A lot of people like to say, man, I can't believe this. My luck's been so bad. Well, stop fucking around. You're making your luck bad. There's something else, obviously, that's contributing. I mean, I have to say that because whatever this divine spirit we call God or goddess or invisible spirit or divine spirit or whatever, whatever you want to fucking call this thing, it's pushing us in a certain direction. I feel like it's got a purpose for us. We've got a. I don't know. See, Chance thinks that we have free will, and I question it quite a bit because on one side of the coin, I do believe we got free will and choice, and I do think people are responsible for their actions regardless. And we should take responsibility for our actions. But on the other hand, I feel like there's a divine force just pushing. If not pushing, it already knew what's going to happen. Maybe that's what it is. It already knows the plan. You're just doing it. Like, oh, this guy. Thank God this guy's here. Been waiting quite the long time for this guy to show up. Not me, but like Paul Blart or something. But yeah y'all, it's kind of crazy to think about. I wonder what the human species is gonna look like next. Probably gonna be looking like aliens with big heads and flying around in saucers and stuff. It'd be pretty wild. Be pretty crazy. But yeah, if you feel like you are not progressing in this life, and you feel like you're backtracking, and you're putting in 100% effort, just keep going. If you're not putting in 100% effort, put in 100% effort, boy. And if you are putting in 100% effort, you just keep falling down, just keep getting back up, because one of these times you won't fall, and you'll make it. It's really hard. That's what I was saying earlier. There's no fucking book for this shit. And it's super stressful sometimes. Like your own brain attacks you. It's, how wild is that? What other animal does that? Nobody. They're like, no, we gotta fucking survive these predators attacking each other and shit. There's lions out there. Fucking Komodo dragons and all this other bullshit eating us. There is no fucking time to get in my head and start thinking, oh, I don't like the way I look. But now, because we're in this society where we have all this free time and we can see ourselves quite often through social media and mirrors and pictures, then we're like, start to question, because before you never really saw your physical form. That's what most people don't think about. Like, you could see your arms and you could see most of your shit. Like, you could see down here, right? But you can't see what your face looks like unless you look in a puddle and catch your reflection. But there's just no mirrors like back in the day when we were hunter-gatherers and shit. So we were just literally fucking living through a first-person perspective, and maybe that's why first-person games are so fucking addicting to people. Because it's kind of like returning to a primal state of being. You can't really see yourself. So you're just running into battle and shit. That's kind of wild. Well, I think we've talked quite long enough, because we're about to hit the 40-minute mark. I might take, I don't know how long. I never know when I'm going to do this, like I said. I just sit down, put the mic up, hope for the best, and see where it takes us. So, I'm gonna end this shit at exactly 40 minutes. Let's see what we got. Bye. Bye.